America Trends. We only talk about what you are talking about in social media, and we are not going to stop that right now. Let's get right back to it. It is Trending Fashion Month here on America Trends, so we're going to be highlighting entrepreneurs, designers, movers and shakers from inside the fashion world all month long. And tonight, we're excited to have on the show the founder of Vintage Fringe, one of my personal favorites. That is Krista Warnick. Krista, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Gina. Thanks for having us.
It's really a pleasure. And the first thing I want to do is, because I know that when you take time to start a business, especially in an industry as competitive as the fashion industry, you have a reason. Something out there was, first of all, probably happening in your life. You probably have a story. But secondly, there was something missing in the fashion world, and you wanted to fill that niche. What was it?
So when I actually started Vintage Fringe, prior to that, I had been working in finance and had actually been doing investment banking. And I was advising a client at a large purse company that was looking to sell a stake in their business. So I got to see kind of behind the scenes, the design process, their distribution, their warehouse, and that really kind of satiated or whet my appetite for fashion and got me kind of really intrigued. So I started, just noticing things that people were wearing. And I remember going to church and I would see the same people wearing the exact same pieces that I had bought at the big name brand retail stores down the street. And I got kind of tired of it. So I started trying to find things that were different, things that were distinctive. I think kind of the catalyst for starting Vintage Fringe was when I went to a wedding. I was in the bridal party and there were 3 of us, all of which were wearing, all of us in the bridal party, all wearing the exact same jean jacket that we got at one of the big box retailers. So I decided we needed to do something different. We needed to find a way to have distinctive pieces that you don't see in the mass market retailers. So that's how we started Vintage Fringe.
I love that. And it's so true. Like, your biggest nightmare is to show up someplace and somebody has it on. But when everybody has it on, you really know it's time to make some changes. I think that one thing I love about Vintage Fringe is how you combine the styles that I maybe know are in, but maybe wouldn't have combined on my own. And some of the really fun summer things that are happening right now that Vintage Fringe does a great job with are these romantic styles, but you really give sort of a different edge to it. Of course, I'm wearing 2 pieces right now that I wanted to be sure and mention. This is the Ruby, I'm trying to think of it again, Ruby Army jacket. That's it. Ruby Army jacket. I had it memorized and then I forgot for a second. And also the tahini dress by Vierick. And I think that, you put these 2 things together and they actually really go well together, but I probably would have never thought to put them together. So what are some of the trends that you're having fun with this particular season with the different clothes that you have available?
Yeah, so you touched on 2 really, and that's one of the things that we love finding are pieces that incorporate not one style trend, but multiple style trends. So what you have on there, that ruby jacket, is a huge trend. It's one of our best-selling pieces. We've sold out of it several times, and they actually started making it again. So it's backed by popular demand. And I think you're seeing a lot of that army, the army color. Camo is another big trend that we're seeing this season, and they'll do it in a variety of different ways. So we have designers that will do it in cashmere, which I think is kind of a juxtaposition. You would normally not expect to see camo in cashmere. But I think that's part of the trend, is mixing those things together and making it part of your own individual style.
Yeah, and I think the hardest thing once you do have a vintage Fringe wardrobe is picking out what you're going to wear every day, because everything not only looks good, but I think more importantly, it feels good. And I feel like that must be really important to you, because clothes that feel good, it's hard to tell that when you're looking at them online, but there really is something special here. I'm figuring this was something you placed a high value on.
Absolutely. When I go buying, I look for several things, but one of which is the softness and the luxuriousness of the fabric. So we try to stay away from just basic jersey knits and trying to find things that are more luxe fabrics and soft, easy to wear. That's another thing we really try to focus on. And then trying to mix in things that are not cheap. I mean, our stuff we try to find good price points, but a lot of it is made in the US. It's high quality stuff. It's not stuff that's going to fall apart after just 1 or 2 wears.
And that's so cool. So people are supporting an American business with an American woman entrepreneur. And how can you not feel good about that? But I think the important thing to note here, because your price point is maybe higher than some out there, but not terrible, like you said, not prohibitive at all. But these are classic pieces. These things are going to last forever. These are things that don't go out of style. And like you said, the fabrics are going to last. And that's very different than investing in your money, your hard-earned money, in a whole bunch of pieces that are going to be out of style or fall apart in a year, right?
Right, exactly. And we try to find things that are, we call it fashion statement pieces for every day. So they're not so on trend that they're going to be gone in the next 90 days, but they're timeless pieces that you can wear over and over again. And the other thing we like to find are pieces that you can wear from day to night, that you have a lot of versatility and flexibility in them. The dress you have on, I think it's actually a cool story. Vierik is the designer, as you mentioned. She used to design costumes for Gwen Stefani and Marilyn Manson, of all people. And so now she started a dress brand, and it actually has a cult following. We have a ton of customers that just look for her stuff. And a lot of it is because her fabric is this microfiber that you can literally just throw in the bag and take it with you for the weekend, as you mentioned, or just wear it from day to night. It's so comfortable. It's easy to wear. It's very flattering on. It's not going to be so tight and fitted that it's going to be uncomfortable all day. And that's something we pride ourselves in finding, are pieces like that.
And that's why the quality of the fabric is so important, and something that women need to maybe think about investing in, rather than buying that quick something that's cheap that makes them feel good. This is the kind of stuff that makes you feel good for a long time. And I feel like the ease for women was in your mind as you select the different things that you carry. Because for me, and you took the words out of you actually stole my question, because I was going to say, today I had to do some TV and things like that. I wore the dress and felt good about that, but the jacket makes it a little more professional, steps it up a little bit, but still friendly and fun and sassy. And then tonight, I'm taking a friend out for a birthday party, and I can take that jacket right back off. It's light, it's easy, and then I have on a dress that's perfect for night with just a change of the shoes, really. I feel like that ease and comfort for women is something that really sets Vintage Fringe apart from other companies. Is that a priority to you?
Absolutely. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why we did it the opposite. I think a lot of other stores go first into brick and mortar, and we've gone strictly online first. And the reason that I saw was because it's just convenience, and people want to be able to shop from home. And that's become much more of a trend, obviously, that's growing for fashion. I think a lot of people used to be so confined to just buying fashion only after they could go to the big stores. And we're seeing people migrating away from that. They want to get it at home. They like the convenience. They like the fact that you can get it easily shipped to you within a few days. Those kinds of conveniences. The average online shopper, I don't know if you know this, is a 40-year-old woman. So either she's a professional working woman or someone who is, trying to deal with juggling, taking her kids to the store. So we just thought trying to make shopping for clothing as convenient as possible. That was one of our goals as we started the company.
It's amazing, because really it looks fantastic. It feels amazing. I think that's my favorite surprise in ordering your clothing, is that it feels fantastic and it's so transitional. And honestly, I get just a boost in my day, just picking out the fun, different styles, things I never even thought of that you kind of matched for me, almost like a personal stylist. Krista, we appreciate you so much. Check out the site, vintagefringe.com, and stay with us. More America Trends after this.